Hello, how are you guys? So, somebody today asked me whether it's worth going abroad for studies given the circumstances in foreign country at the moment because of the financial crisis, banking crisis, etc., etc. Right? So, if it is worth going abroad for studies and for work, if you're going for right reason, otherwise it's not actually, and I'll discuss what the right reasons are. If you're going abroad for studies just for money, I think that may not be worth it because after you graduate, you may not get a job there, you may not get a sponsorship, you may not have the work permit to get a job there, right? Especially in the US or in Canada or in UK or in other European countries where getting a sponsorships is very important to get a job. That's a bare minimum thing actually. You may have all the skills for a given job. If you don't have the work permit, nobody is going to hire you, right? So there are many reasons as to why one should go and have an experience abroad, whether it's work experience, whether it's experience in studying something. If you're going just to get an experience and to explore opportunity outside, but if you'll still be happy if you do not get a job after you graduate there. If you have the money and that sort of a clarity, then it is worth going there. If you are taking loan or you're borrowing money from your parents, hard earned money, to experience life in foreign country, I think that's not worth it, I would say, because there is definitely some risk involved here. You may not get a job right after you graduate. Some countries do provide you search visa. That means you can search for a job for about 8 to 9 months or probably 1 year, after you graduate. So you get the 1 year work permit, and in that period you need to find a job. But I don't think in the US it is, or maybe in the US also there, right? It's US or in Netherlands or in UK. In all these countries you get a search visa. That means you can stay in this country for 1 year or a bit more than that to search for a job if you don't find one right after you graduate, right? But it's very expensive, right? It's very expensive to study here. Not just the tuition fee, but also the living costs are extremely high, especially in these days when the inflation is sky high. So if you do not find a job, even after 1 year of spending here, like in the search visa, you'll have to go back to home country, and in that case you will be not in a very good financial condition, unless you are from a financially good background. Your family members can afford it, then it's fine. Otherwise it's not worth coming here right now. At least I don't see a point coming to Europe, UK, US, Canada, by borrowing money from your parents, hard earned money. I think that's not worth it. Having said that, if you are taking risk yourself, you are going for a education loan, I think you can come actually, but have a backup plan, in the sense that in the 1 year visa that you will get after you graduate, make the most of it. Try to get internship. In internship you get paid, unlike in India and other places you do get paid if you do internship in these countries. So make the most of it and try to convert that into full-time position. So that's important. Also work part-time here, right? While you are doing your graduation or post-graduation or research in this country, you can also work part-time and you get paid really well actually. In fact, in these days there is a huge demand for people who can do pizza delivery or grocery delivery, or work at grocery centers, supermarkets. So there is a huge demand for it, and the pay is also quite good actually. So you can make some money, and yeah, you can definitely make some money out of these odd jobs, and yeah, work really hard to earn a good living and live a very simple life. Do not think you will own a car, you will live in a single bedroom apartment, try to live in a sharing apartment with other people, right? In that way you will save more money. So I mean, it should not be very overwhelming actually from a finance point of view. So that's very important to remember. I've seen many people returning back to their home country after getting degrees from these developed country, and they do regret actually, because by the time they return they are in debt, which is not a very good situation to be in. So avoid that. That's my point. And if you can study in your home country and work in a foreign country, I think that's best. That's what I have done. So I did my graduation and post graduation in India, and then I moved to Europe in 2015. So yeah, that's the best scenario in my view, because you spend money in your education in Indian rupee, but you earn in euro or pound or dollar, right? That's an amazing thing. But it's not that easy always, but it has become much easier nowadays compared to when I actually came to Europe. So nowadays many European companies are hiring directly from India, many of them, right? Many in Netherlands, many in UK, many in Poland, Belgium, Germany, you name it, Austria. Many people are coming from those countries, but jobs are primarily in IT. Okay, in IT, data science, data engineering, finance, risk management. These areas, more technical areas, you can easily find jobs in Europe, even without an European degree. So you can directly find jobs from India and other places, right? So you don't have to really come for education here first. If you are already having some experience, at least 4 5 years of experience in some technical areas. But for other sort of jobs like HR or marketing, these sort of jobs, it's very difficult to find jobs from there, but you can certainly find. I have come across people who have been able to find jobs in Europe from India. So that's definitely possible, but more difficult. I think in those areas you might have to come to these countries for education first, right? But regardless of what you want to do, I think it's never a good thing to be in debt, right? As a finance person, I myself would not recommend you to do that. Have patience, keep on applying from there, right? You can definitely get a job in a foreign country, even without a degree from a foreign country, as long as you have some skills. It may take some time. I know people trying for a couple of years before getting the job in a foreign country, so it takes times. But if you try hard, I think it's not very very difficult. Try to reach out to people who are already there. Spend time on LinkedIn. Reach out to recruiters directly, or just apply directly. But reference works very very well actually. If you have friends and family members working in foreign countries, I think ask them to refer you in their own companies or in companies of their colleagues. There are many communities also in these countries: Indian communities, African community, Pakistani community, Sri Lankan community. If you reach out to them also, people, there are many such communities on Facebook also. Just join these communities and groups and post that you need a job, and this just, yeah, inform people about you're looking for a job and you have such and such experience. I think people will help you. I've seen people helping, coming out for help. So explore those options, and be patient. I think that's the best way. And you can also reach out to me. Thank you. Thanks for today, guys.